Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we are going to show you how to turn your raw data into your company's most powerful strategic asset. We're going to move way beyond just basic reporting and really create the kind of financial intelligence you need to drive some serious growth.
Look, we've all been there, right? On one side, you've got the total chaos of manual reporting, a mess of spreadsheets, numbers that don't line up, and just hours and hours wasted. But on the other side, you have the clean, streamlined clarity of automated financial intelligence. In this explainer, we're going to show you exactly how to get from the chaos to the clarity.
So, here's our game plan for today. We'll start with why manual reporting is such a headache. Then, we'll introduce the solution, which we're calling the Universal Translator. I'll show you exactly how to build your first metric, walk you through 3 really powerful use cases, and wrap it all up with the big takeaway: creating that single source of truth for your business.
First up, let's talk about the manual reporting problem. This is what happens when every single department is asking for something different, and the raw data from your platform, well, it just doesn't speak their language.
You know the drill. This is that classic bottleneck. Your finance team needs to see the return on ad spend, your sales team is asking about qualified lead rates, and you're the one stuck right in the middle, manually exporting data, trying to wrangle formulas in a spreadsheet. It's not just slow, it's risky. Every time you do that manually, you're opening the door to human error.
So how do we fix this? Well, we use what we're calling the Universal Translator. This is where custom metrics step in to completely automate the process and finally bridge that communication gap between all your teams.
The solution is a feature called Custom Reporting Metrics. And really, you should think of it as a super powerful built-in calculator just for your business data. It lets you create your very own formulas right inside the platform, transforming those raw data points like revenue and payout into the specific tailor-made KPIs each of your teams actually needs to see. And here's where the magic really happens. You have one single input, your raw platform data, and this feature automatically creates multiple customized outputs. Finance gets their report, sales gets theirs, and it's all coming from the exact same source of data with absolutely zero manual work needed.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds complicated, but honestly, one of the best things about this feature is just how simple it is to build these metrics yourself. You absolutely do not need to be a data scientist to get started.
It's really just a simple 3-step process. First, you define your goal. What's the question you're trying to answer? Second, you write the formula using the data fields that are already there. And third, and listen, this is the golden rule. You cannot skip this. Always use parentheses. This makes sure your calculations follow the right order of operations. You might remember PEMDAS from school, so your numbers are accurate every single time.
All right, so that's the theory. Now let's get into the fun stuff. Let's look at 3 strategic use cases to see how you can put these custom metrics to work and start driving some real business value.
Okay, our first use case tackles a massive challenge: financial consistency. How do you get everyone from the marketing team to the finance department to actually agree on what return on ad spend really is? The solution is to create one single official metric. We'll call it ROS%. The formula is incredibly simple. Just take your revenue, divide it by what you spent on ads, your payout, and multiply by 100 to turn it into a percentage.
And the result? No more of those heated debates and meetings about whose spreadsheet is the right one. You now have one definitive, automated calculation for ROAS. It creates a single source of truth that gets your finance and marketing teams on the same page and lets you do fast, standardized reporting.
Next up, let's talk profitability. It's not just about tracking revenue. You've got to protect your bottom line. So, how can you instantly spot which partners are sending you traffic that might look good on the surface, but is actually killing your profit margins?
The answer is a custom metric for net margin percent. Again, the formula is very straightforward. You take your revenue, you subtract the payout to your partner, that gives you your profit, then you divide that profit by the total revenue and multiply by 100. This calculation gives you the true profit margin on any partner, any offer, any campaign.
This is where you get to stop being reactive and start being proactive. This metric basically acts like a warning light. It instantly flags partners with low margins. So now you can make strategic choices. Do you try to renegotiate their payouts, or you just shift that budget over to the partners who are actually driving more profitable traffic?
For our last use case, we're going to tackle lead quality. How do you stop paying for a bunch of low-quality traffic and start rewarding partners for delivering leads that are actually going to turn into paying customers?
You can do this by creating a metric called qualified lead rate percent. This metric tracks those valuable secondary actions, which we call events. We're talking about things like a completed sign-up form, a demo request, or someone starting a free trial. The formula is easy. You just divide the number of those valuable events by the total number of initial conversions.
Let me tell you, this metric is a total game changer. It aligns what you pay your partners with what actually drives your business forward. You're no longer just paying for a simple click. You're paying for a qualified lead that has a really high chance of becoming a customer. This makes sure your marketing spend is directly fueling your sales pipeline's growth.
So, what's the big picture here? When you start putting these custom metrics in place, you're not just building better reports. You're building a single, reliable source of truth for your entire company.
And this is really the most important takeaway. Custom reporting metrics elevate your data from just being an operational task to being a core strategic asset. You're not just making reports anymore, you're creating proprietary financial intelligence that will guide your most critical decisions as you scale your business.
By getting rid of all that manual work and creating total clarity, you're now free to focus on what actually matters, finding those strategic insights that will grow your business. So the only question left is, what financial truth are you going to unlock first?